Fellas, what's good? It's your boy Darian, man, the BowTie Fragrance Guy here. Fragrances, fashion, grooming, looking good, smelling great. That's what we get into on this channel. So if you're into that, which I hope most of you guys are, man. I hope you care about your appearance, not only how you look, but how you smell. So that means everybody, honestly, should be subscribing to the channel. But if that sounds like you, make sure you hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications by hitting the bell icon as well. So anytime a new video gets uploaded, you'll get notified. On today's video, guys, I'm gonna be talking about one of my personal, as it stands right now, favorite niche brands, Boadicea The Victorious. And I wanna talk about the 11 fragrances actually in my Boadicea The Victorious fragrance collection that has gotten me the most compliments since I've been, actively, kind of collecting fragrances from this brand. I love the fragrances, man. I love the bottles. Again, it's just one of those brands that I've taken a very strong liking to. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of talk about some of the fragrances in my Boadicea The Victorious collection that's gotten me the most compliments. So I'm gonna run the intro, and when we come back, that's what we're gonna be talking about, man. If you wanna hear what 11 fragrances from this brand has gotten me the most compliments, then you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it. For sure.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. We're gonna jump into this video. Again, I'm gonna link as many of these as I can find at a discounted price to the video. So if you wanna check some of these out, they will be linked through YouTube shopping in the video. So make sure you click on that link and check these fragrances out. Again, they're gonna be at a discounted price. So the best price I can find them for, I'll say it that way. So let's start with number 11. In the 11th spot in my Boadicea The Victorious collection for compliments is this one. It's from the Zodiac collection, and this one is called Hanuman. Hanuman. This is neroli, vetiver, cedarwood, osmanthus, and sandalwood as some of the main notes. But really, it's about those florals in this fragrance and the cedarwood. That's really primarily what this fragrance is all about. Some folks have kind of compared this fragrance to Bodacious from Boadicea, from Byredo, which I can kind of see that. They definitely have a similarity. This is a lot more woodier fragrance. I get a lot more of the florals in Bodacious. So it's almost like I can see where a female would probably prefer Bodacious because it's a little bit more floral, whereas a male that kind of likes that scent profile would probably want to go for Hanuman because it's a woodier scent profile, although they have very strong similarities. But anyway, amazing fragrance. I've gotten some compliments on this one when wearing it, and I love this stuff. So if you're looking for one, at least this, for me, has gotten compliments. It goes to this one in the 11th spot, and this is Hanuman. All right, guys, in the 10th spot, I've actually wore this fragrance last week and received 2 compliments when wearing it. I've gotten compliments prior to that as well. Before I even walked out of the house, the missus asked about this fragrance, wanted to know what it was. She gave me a compliment on it, and I got another compliment when I got to work. But anyway, this fragrance in the 10th spot, man, is from the Sapphire collection. This is Amber Sapphire. One of my favorite amber fragrances. This is rum and cinnamon, amber, tonka bean, cashmere are some of the main notes in this. And yes, you do get a lot of amber in this fragrance, but that rose and cashmere and tonka, especially tonka bean on the dry down, gives this sweetness to this fragrance, and is really kind of amplified. The tonka bean plays a major role in the fragrance dry down, and I just really love it because there's something unique about this fragrance when I compare it to a lot of my other heavy hitter amber fragrances that I really love in my collection. A lot of those have a more smoky, almost incensey feel to it when I think about Amber Absolute, Ombre Aria from Profumum Roma. This one is a sweeter scent profile, and I absolutely Love it. I love the slight booziness I get in the opening here combined with that cinnamon. And like I said, the tonka bean on the dry down. Absolutely love this stuff. And it's got me compliments. That never hurts. So in the 10th spot, Amber Sapphire. All right, guys, now coming in the 9th spot, a sexy rose fragrance from Boadicea. This one is called Ardent. Ardent. And what you get here, of course, is rose, beeswax, patchouli, amber, and labdanum. This stuff is so good. This is a really, really sexy rose fragrance. And what the sexiness from this fragrance really comes from that honey-like beeswax in this fragrance. So again, you got that in the rose here. And what I love about this fragrance, some people, I will say this, have compared this to Tom Ford's Noir de Noir. And yes, there are similarities to those two fragrances, but again, the beeswax, that honey-like beeswax here, is what makes this scent profile, or give it, you know, its own kind of unique factor. And I absolutely love it. It's sexy. It's gotten several compliments when I worn it. So check this one out. Again, this one is called Ardent. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list, this is probably gonna come as no surprise to those of you who have heard about this fragrance because of the scent profiles that it kind of reminds me of. But this one is called Consort. This is Consort, and this is bergamot, orange blossom, vetiver, patchouli, and musk. And this kind of has a Creed Aventus kind of DNA, Creed Aventus / Hasivat from Nishane. That's what this fragrance reminds me of. So, you know, I'm pretty sure most of you have smelled it, at least a scent profile similar to Creed Aventus by this point. So that's kind of sort of what you get here. Not surprised that this one has gotten compliments. So check it out. Again, I guess this is their interpretation of the Aventus DNA. This one's called Consort. All right, guys, now coming in the 7th spot, another one from the Zodiac collection. Again, another very easy to love kind of scent profile. This one is called Tiger. Tiger, beautiful mojito accord up top with black currant, ambergris is in here as well. A beautiful magnolia note in here as well. And yes, Bulgari's Tiger. It got the same name, Tiger, that's spelled with T-Y, and this is spelled, of course, how you traditionally spell Tiger, T-I-G-E-R, but they are very similar scent profiles, almost like a 98% scent profile. But be that as it may, I don't have Tiger from Bulgari, which of course is less expensive than this fragrance. I have Bodacia's Tiger. Either way, if I had it, it's an amazing scent profile. Great for the spring and summertime. I love that mojito note here. Just love this stuff. Again, it smells fantastic on my skin. It's gotten several compliments over the course of my time wearing it. So it's on the list at number 7. This is called Tiger. Right now, coming in the 6th spot, this fragrance is called Bodacious. Bodacious. What you get here, guys, is cognac cherry, almond, tobacco, and tonka bean. This is so good. Guys, this is so good. This is a little bit more, I would say, masculine interpretation of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Again, very similar scent profile. This one with me just a little bit more beefier, a little bit more masculine than Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Love them both, but that's kind of sort of what you get here. And obviously, Tom Ford's Lost Cherry has gotten me a lot of compliments, and I love to layer it with other Tom Fords. It's no different with this fragrance right here because that cherry almond cognac thing in here is just fantastic. So anyway, definitely one that made the list for compliments. People love this kind of scent profile. This one is called Bodacious. All right, guys, I'm coming in the 5th spot. I've talked about this fragrance before, and I've said before, I like the bottle. I just don't like what's on the front of the bottle because I just hate rats. But it's in the 5th spot, man. This is one of the sexiest Bodacious. It's one of the most complimented, obviously. I always seem to get compliments when I wear this one from the Zodiac collection. This is called Aurica. All right, Chinese year of the rat. Pineapple, mandarin orange, cedar needles, and cedar wood. Man, this stuff is good. This stuff is really, really good. I can't tell you guys how good it is. Again, this one is really good in those warmer months of the year, but honestly, this can really be a signature scent. It kind of has that, you know, likability factor to it. Several compliments when I've worn this before. I just don't really like, I'll let you guys see it. It's like a rat eating like some something, as they always do, seemingly, right? But it's so good, man. The mandarin orange here, combined with the cedar and the, like I said, the sandalwood on the dry down, just a perfect kind of signature scent that people always notice when I've worn it. So in the 5th spot, it goes to this one right here. It's called Aurica. All right, guys, now in the 4th spot, I've talked quite a bit about this fragrance here as of late. I actually wore it maybe 2-3 weeks ago, and I told you guys I got several compliments that day when wearing it. That wasn't the first time I've gotten compliments on it. I'm sure it won't be the last. This one is called Almas. This is Almas. This is a pineapple, rose, oud. There's definitely some suede and saffron here. So you got that traditional kind of rose oud smell here, but with a very juicy pineapple note in the opening. The saffron here is definitely more of a saffron that gives a leathery, almost sweet leathery kind of addition to the scent profile. This stuff is absolutely fantastic, guys. Again, it kind of course, when most people smell it, going to kind of give you those Middle Eastern kind of vibes, but with that fresh and juiciness of the sweet pineapple in the opening, and that's the magic of this fragrance. That pineapple gives it that, I think, that really mass appeal that it wouldn't have had otherwise without the pineapple. It's a very important note to this scent profile, but it's fantastic. Compliments galore on this one. So check it out. This one is called Almas. All right, guys, and coming in the 3rd spot, this is probably my favorite fragrance in my entire collection. This is called Blue Sapphire. Blue Sapphire. This is lemon, rose, chamomile, magnolia, and patchouli. Patchouli. Oh, this is beyond good. Guys, this is so good. Good, beautiful citruses with that lemon up top, with some patchouli on the dry down. Like I said, it's kind of some slight herbal nuances here. This is just so freaking good. Now, I probably worn this the most out of all my Bodacias. Again, it's my favorite fragrance. But, obviously there's 2 others that have gotten more compliments when I kind of compare all of my Bodacias. I don't get a compliment every time I've worn this, but most of the time I have. But it doesn't change the fact that it's my favorite fragrance, but it's also a very highly complimented fragrance for me from the collection as well, although that has nothing to do with why it's my favorite. But like I said, it never hurts. So the 3rd spot goes to my favorite Boadicea, my favorite fragrance, probably in my collection right now. This is called Blue Sapphire. All right, guys, in the number 2 spot, I can't think of maybe only twice that I've worn this fragrance and not gotten a compliment. Haven't worn it as much as Blue Sapphire, but it's from the Sapphire collection as well. This is Green Sapphire. Green Sapphire, jeez. Raspberry, violet leaves, pine, and cedarwood. That's what this fragrance is. There's some other notes, but those are the notes. The raspberry, definitely a lot of that really green, piney nuance with some cedarwood on the dry down with violet leaves, which also contributes to the green element, hence Green Sapphire. Very green fragrance. It is dynamite. Again, I've always said this about this fragrance, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you will feel this way probably when you smell it. This is not, when I first got into fragrances, this wouldn't have been a scent profile. I wouldn't have smelled this in a store, more than likely, and would have been eager to purchase it. Even where I was in my fragrance journey, when I got my nose on this, when I just kind of smelled it from the atomizer, it was like, okay. But my gosh, when it hit skin and I got a chance to wear it and let it kind of waft in the air and catch the sillage, fantastic. I don't have words for it, man. I don't have words for it. Again, get a sample of this one, put it on your skin and wear it outside. See what you think. But this stuff is fantastic. It is very masculine. It's got me a lot of compliments when I've worn it. And what has helped this to be in the number 2 spot has been multiple compliments when I've worn it. So I haven't worn it as much as Blue Sapphire, but when I've worn it, been multiple compliments most of the time. So in the number 2 spot, Green Sapphire. And in the number 1 spot, it should come as no surprise to anybody. It smells like heaven right here on earth. Best way I can describe it. This is Valiant. This is Valiant. I probably worn this the 2nd most in this entire collection. Ylang Ylang, Orange Blossom, Tonka Bean, Amber, and Vanilla. When I smell this, I want to curse so bad. I want to swear so bad. This is so good. Not anything overly complex. Beautiful florals. That the orange blossom here is very sweet, almost creamy in a way. I always said about orange blossom, just a sweet floral note. The ylang-ylang here, definitely of that kind of, when you've heard people say banana-like, you definitely kind of get that. It has those nuances in this, and the dry down, man, again, it gets sweet, tonka bean and vanilla and sandalwood. So even more creaminess comes into play when it dries down. Again, an orange creamsicle, that's the best way to describe this stuff. It's phenomenal, man. It is very phenomenal, and it's one that just grabs people's attention. It's good. That's all I can say. That's why it's in the #1 spot, guys. This stuff is phenomenal. Get a sample of it. This is Valiant. But that is it, guys. That is my time. I hope you enjoyed this video today. I gave you 11 of my most complimented fragrances from my Boadicea The Victorious collection. As always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time and your attention to these videos. I know you don't have to watch, but you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you're sharing these videos out to some other folks that you think could use the information, find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darren. I'm the BowTie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell fantastic. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. And don't forget to check out one of these other videos by your boy, BowTie Fragrance Guy. Peace.